Huh. I don't like this bot's pair of sevens over here. Let's see if I can intimidate him. Welcome to Backyard Poker, a channel dedicated to expanding your poker palette beyond just Texas Hold'em. I'm Ryan, your host, and today I'm going to be showing you a sneak peek of my Backyard Poker video game. If you watched my intro video for this channel, I did mention I was working on a poker video game that is similar to the backyard style and games I've been talking about on this channel. Although this game is far from ready to be released for beta testing, I wanted to show a little sneak peek of what I think is the most unique and interesting part of this video game, the poker game editor. That's right, with this poker game editor, you can create your own poker game variants that can be used in your single and multiplayer games. So let's jump into the game editor, where I'll create a new game from scratch and playtest it to be sure it works correctly. So here on the intro screen, I'll click on the Poker Game Editor Game button, and that'll take me to the Poker Game Editor window. And the game I'll create today will be called Chase the Bullet. So I'll type that into the game name text box. And in the game description, I'll put in a short description of this game. This game will be similar to Chase the Queen, which I explained in my Poker Basics series on wildcards, which I'll leave in the description below. But instead of the card after the queen being wild, I'll have the card after the ace, or bullet, be wild instead. And right after creating the game name and the game description, I'll click on the Save Game to make sure it gets saved to my hard drive. Now let's go and look at the game global settings over here on the right-hand side. The only changes I need to make to this is the total number of cards. Since this is 7-card stud, each of the players will be getting 7 cards. We'll keep the ante amount at 25 cents, and then all I have to do is go down here and set up the wildcard settings. In this case, it's going to be card after, and the card rank is going to be the ace. And that'll do it for the global settings. I'll save the game again, and now we'll go and build the game steps involved in this game. So on the lower left portion here is the game step pool. These are all the different steps that you can use in any poker game that you create. So for this game, Chase the Bullet, we're going to build it just like 7-card stud, which is a game that I explained in one of my Poker Basics videos as well. So the first couple of steps in 7-card stud is dealing players cards. So over here in the game step pool, I'm going to drag a deal players card onto the active game steps list. Then I'll do it again, and one more time. And if you remember your 7-card stud, we deal 2 cards face down and then 1 face up. So over here on the card location, numbers 1 through 7 are your hole cards. So we'll deal 1 card to card location 1, 1 to card location 2, and then this one will use 21, which is the board cards or face-up cards. And notice here, the first 2 cards are face-up only to the player, which is your hole cards. When dealing the up card, we want to make this card also face up to all the other players as well. So now I'll save my game again and continue on. So after the 2 cards dealt down and 1 card face up, we have a betting round. So over here, I'm going to click and drag a betting sequence underneath the dealing of cards and set this up. So the type of betting for stud games is the first highest hand. And then we'll have a minimum opening bet of 25 cents and a maximum opening bet of 25 cents. We will allow to double the ante when a pair is showing on the up cards. And then the raise amount minimum will be 25 and the maximum will bring that up to 50 cents. We'll keep the maximum number of raises at 3. We will allow checking, and that should do it for this step. So after the first betting sequence, we deal another card, which is 4th Street, face up to all the players, and we'll make this 22. Then we drag in another betting sequence and set it up the same as we did on step 4 here. So now I'll go through and set up the rest of the dealing and betting sequences, which are just a repeat of what I've already shown here. So for the last card being dealt, that will be face down, so we'll use number 3, and we'll make sure that it's not face up to the other players, and then we'll have one more betting round before the showdown. Now I'll save my game, and we'll be ready to test it out. So down here is my playtest game button, which will load up the game so that I can test it to see if I made any mistakes. So over on the left here are all the game steps that I programmed in, and it will update the color as those steps are executed. So the first thing I'll do is click on the ante up to put my quarter in, start the shuffling, and deal out the first 3 cards of 7-card stud. So no ace is turned up yet, nothing is wild, and the high hand will open the bet. And you'll see that my bot players are betting pretty boringly. I programmed them just to call and not fold or raise.
I match the bet. Call.
As you see, the steps are executing and updating here on the list. Still no ace, so the king 8 opens the bet. I will call.
Call.
And all the rest of the bots will call.
Call. Call. Call.
Now there's our first ace. Oh, 3 aces showed up. So 9s are currently wild now. That was interesting.
Call. I match the bet. Call.
So far, my testing seems to be going well. Now here's 6th Street. A lot of wilds out there. We got a 3-of-a-kind kings opening the bet. My pair of kings, I'll call for now.
Call. Call. I match the bet. I match the bet.
And then the last card down.
Open for 25.
Well, let's see what I got. I don't think I'm going to do it with a pair of kings, so I'm going to fold.
Trash. Call. Call. I match the bet. Call. I am the winner.
So it looks like player 6, or bot 5 over here, won with a flush and hearts. So that's it for the game. With playtesting, you can just keep repeating it over and over again, but I'm just going to exit the playtest. I'll save my game, and that's it. I've created my own poker variation game that I can play single player or eventually multiplayer when I get that working. So I hope everybody enjoyed my little sneak peek of my upcoming BakYard Poker video game, which should be coming out sometime this year. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. It's really important. And stay tuned for more BakYard Poker video game videos in the near future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.